welcome back to the Survivor Girl podcast. Happy Survivor Girl Sunday, everybody. So glad that you're able to join us. I have a special guest hanging out with me tonight. I'll get to that in just a second. However, first I'm going to go ahead and talk about the disclaimer. Survivor Girl Podcast is a production of Strange Friends Media Group. Myself and guests of SGP are not doctors, therapists, counselors, or trained medical professionals, and we are not here to treat, diagnose, or prescribe any means of treatment. Survivor Girl Podcast is here to share our journeys and what we've overcome in hopes of inspiring, uplifting, and empowering others. So glad that you guys could join. I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple things before I get into who my special guest is. We're doing a pre-record because we're able to get the show done tonight, which is very cool. I'm really happy and excited about that. I will be hanging out in chat, so if you guys have anything to say, I can comment while you guys are viewing the video. So I want to give a shout out to the Vault over in Saginaw. Got a big ladies' night show coming up, and they've asked me to introduce the bands that are going to be there, and I'm super excited. That's going to be on Friday, March 27th. The doors will be opening at 7 p.m. and the show will start at 8 o'clock. $12 tickets in advance. If you go to Brown Paper Tickets right now, you can go and get your tickets ahead of time. But the day of the show, they will be $15. So go ahead and support that. We've got Sugar Punk Fairies that are going to be there. I love those girls. Robin, Emily, all of them. Audrey Byrne is going to be playing, and also from Chicago, Don't Speak. It's a tribute band, and we're super excited for that. I got a whole bunch of other ladies that are going to come hang out that night. So if you guys want to come and hang out with us, come meet me, come and you can probably even get pictures with the band, meet some of the staff there. Really cool venue. Looking forward to this on the 27th. And also want to give a shout out to Dr. Collier Chiropractic in Bay City. If you guys check them out and see if you can get in if you need an adjustment or whatever. That's another part of self-care, which is a big thing that we talk about here on Survivor Girl Podcast. So self-care and taking care of yourself is very, very important. And also, I just want to give a shout out to Nails with Dawn from Rarity Nails. If you guys take a look at that on Facebook, those are only $5. You can get yourself 2 manicures, and that's another one that supports Survivor Girl Podcast. I'm going to get into a little bit later about Thrive to Survive Fest that's going to be coming up. I'll talk a little bit about that, which is something else that Survivor Girl Podcast is working towards with the Vault and some very cool bands, but we'll get into that a little bit later. I'm super excited to introduce, coming back to Survivor Girl Podcast, Candy Ray.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
So we are going to talk with her tonight about something exciting that she has going on. I'll let you go ahead and talk about that. Give a little bit of an intro of what you're doing and what it is that since the last time we've seen you, very exciting. A lot of really cool stuff happening, and I really am happy to be on this journey with you. It's been very cool.
To say that I would be where I'm at right now a year ago is actually insane. Tony and I have sat down and talked about the different things, and it's like I almost don't recognize the girl,
right?
You know, the woman sitting here. It's kind of crazy. Just bear with me here a second. But anyway, I was on in September for talking about my journey and things, and then I started the 6 Degrees Cheer Serum page.
Absolutely awesome page,
yes,
too. Love that page.
Yep, and I elaborate on that episode about how it started off as a selfish thing, but now we're 300 people strong.
That's awesome.
And it's just a nice, safe place to come share your thoughts and feelings and talk about the things that, you know, is uncouth to talk, you know, that's taboo or things like that. Because, you know, sometimes it's just tough to say, hey, life really sucks, and you know there's too many pity parties, and there's a lot of negative stuff out there, and it's just a really positive page. Even though everybody just supports each other, even though we all been on our own journeys, our own stories, everybody just jumps in and helps each other out. And we've actually had one girl. She's adopted niece, pretty much. She's just been a part of our family for so long that she actually started her own page.
Oh, wow. How cool
of her
is that?
positive posts. So that was really cool. She can't wait for our new project to come up so she can come and help out too. But we've definitely inspired people. But we're 300 people strong there, and we're more than willing to have more people and spread the word because I got to the point where Facebook to me is like hate book.
It pretty much is.
You know, it's the politics I'm not even going to elaborate on my opinions on these things,
Yeah,
but politics and religion is just so much
it's
negative
all over.
everywhere.
It's all over.
Body shaming, just everything where, I just wanted a page where you could go and be comfortable and talk about those hard things and feel loved and supported. And even if you're having a shitty day and you want to talk about you have a shitty day, you have support. You
Mhm.
know that tomorrow's not going to be as bad, but you can express it, get it out of your system. You're allowed to feel that and you feel loved and supported meanwhile.
Yeah, and it's a really cool place to be able to hop on to Facebook. You can go, anybody can join this group, right?
Anyway, you gotta if you find it and you be added. You gotta be added by an admin or something. But
Okay.
anybody in the room can. So we have like 3 admins in there, so you'll
Oh,
be
cool.
added. Just request it. We do that more for privacy because people talk about personal stuff in there, and we also have the settings on there where you can't just go on there and share someone's story.
Yeah.
All over. People want open. Be able to share some stuff I put in there, but I protect, I want to protect the people that have come in there. And there's people that, don't share their story. They
Yeah.
just sit back and take it all in and like will comment on other people's story. But there's people that have been in there for a long time, never comment about their story. There's other people that's like, I've been here a while and I finally feel comfortable. This is what I'm dealing with. And you're like, oh my gosh. But the minute they're like, hey, I'm brave, here's my story, you have at least 10, 15 people jumping on there saying, thank you for sharing, and here's a hug, and then, and just being very supportive. I just love it. It warms my heart coming home from work after you've had a long, stressful day, and you just see all the positive things that are happening in there.
It's really cool to be able to see. And then when you see other people branch out from experiencing like in that group, or, with one of the things that we've talked about on Survivor Girl is this positive morning messages. And I've watched so many people after starting doing that, watch them put the positive stuff out, or and just on their own, not anything necessarily from the positive morning, but I've seen that too. But it's such a cool thing to watch other people be inspired and uplifted by that to share with other people, because you're right, Facebook has gotten pretty crazy. There's so
Hmm.
much stuff going on. It's mostly like you said, politics, religion, and all that. And it's like a big smear campaign against each other on there. And it's just gotten to the point where I don't even like to really be on there that much, other than the positive stuff that we're doing.
Hmm.
Like if I can jump on 6 Degrees, I feel better to be able to support other people. And I think that that's really what we should be using it for.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to celebrate these things, because I've gotten to the point where I don't even like to share any kind of celebration stuff on my Facebook, because I don't know how certain people are going to take it. And, that's sad. It shouldn't be that way.
No, it should. And when you announce those kind of celebrations or little victories for you, they're more
Hmm.
appreciated in like your own rooms, like Survivor Girl,
Yeah.
the Street Team or 6 Degrees and stuff like that. That they've been on this journey with you, and they're going to congratulate you and things like that. Not that you're on there for kudos, but I mean,
Right.
but we're there trying to get through life, having each other's back through the tough times and celebrating the hell out of the good times.
Oh, for
That's what
sure.
life's all about.
And it's good. It's good to be able to have that kind of a connection, even with people that you don't know, like on the positive morning messages, or even in 6 Degrees Truth Serum. There's been a lady. Her name is Lori, and she's one of the people that I actually met off of another Facebook page when I was going through the loss of Zach, and she was also mourning the loss of her husband, and her and I connected. I've never met her in real life. She's from New York. I've never
Hmm.
met her. But there was a time when, because I was going through such a rough time and being on my own, that I had a gas leak, and she stayed on the phone with me until like 2:30 in the morning, just to make
So
sure that I was
amazing.
safe. And now to be able to have her joining in the group, and I seen her make a post. She's made several
Hmm.
different
Yep,
posts and
she
stuff,
has.
and people have commented and are surrounding her, not even knowing her. And there's a
Hmm.
lot of people that you have had join that I have no idea who they are, but still, it's like, yep, prayers going up, support you. I mean, it's such a good feeling to be able to know that, hey, this is me. Either I'm really super positive, I'm broken. I mean, because every day is different. Every day is a different kind of wave, I feel like. And to have that kind of support, I mean, I'm thankful for that group,
Oh yeah,
you know?
because if you're having a great day, they're all there to cheer with you, and and everybody tries to be upbeat and stuff like that, but there's just sometimes when, like me, at least maybe once a month, maybe once every couple of months, my depression comes in, and it's like a storm. It comes in. It's about 3 days of pure hell. I just have to ride it out like a storm, and then it'll dissipate. It'll go away. But, it's people understand that, and that you just like, hey, I'm lost, I'm stuck, I'm this, and people want to surround you with hugs and just, what do you need? What do you want? Here's a song that'll help. What can I do? So yeah, it's been a miracle. And speaking of Lori, I just want to reach out to her. It's like, okay, so let's send a bunch of people over there. But now that knowing she's in New York, it might be a little more difficult to send a bunch of people over there to help her on her decluttering journey, because I know that's something that she's really want to work hard for. So maybe if we have some New Yorker people that want to work on that to help her out, because that would just be absolutely amazing to help her get out from her depression and get rid of all that stuff that she has surrounded herself with that just weighs her down and doesn't totally free her.
It's so easy to have that happen. I with losing my mom and stuff. When we went through that, my brother was there, but he had to get back to Florida. Him and his wife did because of work and everything. And when mom passed away, Tony was there for me. There was a lot of people that were there for me. My mom's side of the family came and helped. And that was really awesome that they came to help. But at that time, because I was still having such a hard time processing, which, bless my mom's heart, she planned her own funeral. So I wouldn't have to plan, and everything was set out and everything, because she knew that I would be a total mess.
Oh, yeah.
So, but with that being said, there was still having to clean out her apartment because it wasn't like she owned the house. So we had to get in there and clean and everything. And I took a lot of stuff home instead of just, okay, let's just be done with this. I donated a lot, but there was a lot of stuff that I took home. And I'll be honest with you, it took me probably close to 2 years before I actually dealt with a lot of the things. And, you hold on to this stuff. And then the fun part of having retail therapy on top of that, it doesn't help because you start drowning yourself in a whole bunch of belonging, materialistic stuff to try to make yourself feel better. So, there's that aspect of being able to resonate on that level and have other people on there just rooting for her. She'll send messages and show me, here's a picture of what it was, and here's what I am. And it's like, wow, you are kicking ass. You're doing awesome. And just to have that support, not even knowing that person. And I know a long time ago, back when I started getting online and talking with people, my mom was like, just be careful. You don't know, and that's a huge thing. And I get it. It can be a scary place, but also what a really cool, uplifting place it can be too.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And, it's gotten so much bigger now, too.
Oh, for sure.
So your percentage of actually weirdos and people that are going to mess you up are a lot lower. Yeah, okay, we know you're a weirdo, Tony. But no, it's just your chances of actually dealing with good people is, a lot better now than it used to be. But
sure.
yeah, it's amazing. And I hope that she finds the help she needs to help her finish on the declaring. I know it's going to take some time, but she'll get herself out from there.
I believe it too, because just from the time that I've known her, because it's been like 3 years, since Zach's passing, and I've known her since then. And to see the transformation and everything that she's done, and she's done a lot of this on her own. It's just incredible to see, and now having this positive space to be able to go to. Now it's even helping her even more, and I think that is so important to have. So 6 Degrees Truth Serum, sorry guys, has been a really cool inspiration thing, especially with Survivor Girl. But that's not it. You've got so much more that's going on, and I'm excited for you to talk about that as well.
Okay, yeah, I want one more thing I want to say about the 6 Degrees 9. We're just gonna change the number.
That's all right.
The fact is, we all have to do our thing in our own time.
Right.
And I think that's one of the biggest things that everybody understands on there is we all grieve in our own time. Yeah. We all decide to go on a weight loss plan in our own time.
Right.
We decide to go make a guitar in our own time. I mean, we have to decide in our own time when we've had enough of dealing with someone that doesn't deserve us. We've had enough of being depressed. We've had enough of all this stuff in our own time, and everybody understands it. And that's the nice thing about the support in there. Is
for sure.
Everybody understands that.
Yeah.
So transitioning. So I've had a dream for a very long time, and it was kind of I've always wanted to be a part of a community.
Yeah.
I love the community feeling where everybody comes together for the purpose of, working together, making a community thrive and survive. Just let's get through this. I do this, I'm skilled at this, so on and so forth. I've always wanted to be a part of that, and even in a downscale idea, I was like, well, I'd be okay if it was a bunch of couples we hung out with and we always alternate going to each other's houses, or we spend a lot of time. I mean, it's like one inseparable group, but, it never worked out that way. So kind of went by the wayside. And then, in this journey of this last year, many things have changed. I've been inspired by a few people, and I won't mention any names, but, that, start dreaming about some stuff. And I'm like, honest to God, I don't have any dreams. I don't know what I want to do in my life. I know I was meant for something great, but what that greatness was, I didn't know. But then I was beginning to think, well, maybe I wasn't. Maybe I'm just an average, ordinary person that's just going to have come and did my thing and left. But, so then I came up with this idea of the Serenity House, which was the original name of the concept, because of the tribe up here. I wanted to have a community where we all could live together. We had studio space for all the podcasts. We'd have an art studio for all of us artsy fartsy type people. A wood shop for, people who want to do that stuff. Gardens and flower gardens and herbs and, some goats and goat soap. Just saying.
Right.
But things like that. And that was my original vision. It's like, it would be great to bring everybody together, pool your resources, because we all struggle.
Oh yeah.
Being lower income families or being single parent families, we all struggle, or just being young adults and things like that. It would be great to come together, pool our resources, and just thoroughly enjoy each other's company all the time. You have your own private spaces, but there's a lot of togetherness and working together and enjoying dinner together. So that was the original concept. And I started the page and was trying to get, the word out and talk about, this is my ideas. This is what I want to do. This is kind of an accountability page.
Right.
So I did that. And then I had a friend of mine contact me and said, hey, we need to talk because I think our visions are pretty same. I'm like, okay, well, this is the lady who took me in after I left Jake.
Okay. Yeah.
I knew her like maybe a month or two. She's like, hey, I have a spare bedroom, and if you ever need it, because she knew that I was having some marital issues, and it turned out like the same day she offered, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna need that room.
Yeah.
So, and she let me stay there, and she didn't charge me rent or anything. I would pitch in with some of the groceries and stuff like that because I didn't want to be a freeloader, but she knew that I was gonna have to save up money to, first of all, buy a house, because renting is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And all the stuff that I had to leave behind. I mean, I got a lot of my stuff, but, I didn't have furniture. I didn't have any of that stuff. So
it's starting from the ground zero again.
Pretty much. So she said, hey, let's sit down, let's talk. And now her vision was a little bit different than mine. And because mine was basically revolving around the community to begin with, where hers was, hey, let's buy houses one at a time. People that are low income, we can teach them the tools to help us fix it up, and that'll be their house, which is great. But that was getting away from the idea of mine, or the community. And so with a lot of back and forth and talking, we finally came up with the concept of having a community cooperative resource center, where the community comes together with us. We're providing resources. And so I'm just going to say the little blurb that we have on our page, so that way I don't forget anything, because I get scatterbrained sometimes.
Oh, I feel that on a very deep level.
Yeah. So, and we had to change the name from Serenity House to Serenity Cooperative, just because the name was used like over 13 times in Michigan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it was like Serenity House of the city, Serenity House of that city. And we want them all to maintain their own identity. Yeah. And we want to have our own, and we don't want to have, we don't want to brush on that, we don't want to infringe on theirs, and so on and so forth. So we went with Serenity Cooperative. We'll be a cooperative community resource center in Battle Creek, Michigan. The emphasis will be on the homeless, low-income families, young adults, returning citizens, veterans, and those suffering from a life-altering event. We will provide services to prepare, repair, and restore those in need. This page is for documenting our journey. So, so it's exciting. because the economic climate in Battle Creek has gone down quite a bit.
Yeah.
A lot of like the cereal companies moving to Mexico.
Oh,
and,
wow. So there's
and
a lot of things changing around
Oh
there.
yeah, and the different laws has changed things out too. Where I mean, we've had a lot of mom and pop shops go out of business, and there's a lot of empty, vacant buildings. Our mall is practically, non-existent. We got a bunch of odd and end things moving in there, like they've turned part of it into a skating rink, a skate ramps and stuff like that, and things. And it's just we have a lot of Dollar Generals going up. I mean, we have a third one going up in my small community outside of Battle Creek. It's like, are you kidding me? You really couldn't drive half a mile that way. Right. Really. But
yeah, it's pretty crazy how that happens.
Yeah, and I know I drive by the homeless shelter every day on my way to work, and you just see them all just sitting out there and first thing in the morning, and you're just like, and you see the people that are standing outside, the stores asking for money. And I know personally, I know kids, because I have some kids that are young adults, that some of the kids they were brought up with, their parents didn't teach them basic life skills like writing a check. Yep. And just because you have checks doesn't mean you have money. Which is, yeah. I thought that when I was a kid. We go to the store and they're like, yeah. And I'm like, Mom, just write a check. You got money. She's like, that's not how it works. But they don't know basic skills like that, or they can't cook unless you give them a can opener, a microwavable dish, and a microwave. I mean, they don't know how to use a stove. They don't know how to do their own laundry.
It's sad too, because more and more, it's like now we see that in the schools that they're not really doing like we had economics and all that kind of stuff where we got a chance to learn it. And like when I was in school, I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade. Like they came to our school and helped us set up bank accounts, and we had to learn how to ledger it and how much money we had and what so those kind of skills. It's sad that it's not being shown anymore. It's that they're not doing that kind of thing, because these kids are not only just losing out on that, but now you also, because you need 2 parents or the one parent to be working so much, there's not that much time there either. So with something like this, it sounds like a great kind of a solution, because not only will you have to be able to help each other out there, but you'll also have more than just one person there to help raise a village. It's kind of what it sounds like, and that's really cool. That's a good concept to be able to help those that are less fortunate, and like you said, coming into getting rehabilitated or whatever it is that they're looking to do.
Yeah, and basically what the basic concept would be is, we'll say you came in, you were we'll just say a single parent.
Yeah.
So you just got a divorce and things like that. So you'll come in, you'll sit down with us, and we're working on a program that's specific for our company. We're building it from the ground up. That will be a resource, and we just take in your information, click all that apply, and all of a sudden I'll pull up a list of all the resources that we can tell you about and help you, because a lot of people don't know. And that's the big thing, is we're going to be mostly a referral place. We're like, hey, you need help with this, go to this place.
Right.
We want to focus on people who need skills, like working skills. Yeah. That were a stay-home mom for 5 years, and guess what? They got a divorce, and who had to go back into the workforce and has no skills whatsoever. So, we want to line people up with that, and just a lot of different things. Now we're going to be a referral place, but we're also going to have different classes and lectures and stuff at the facility as well. So you can learn, hey, anybody wants to come in and learn how to write a resume, or anybody wants to come in and learn just take a cooking class, or just, we have so many ideas going on to help the people. We want to have a therapist on, that's going to be there, or counselor at least, every day we're open. So, people can come in and use the services. We want to have referrals for people who substance abuse problems that needs rehab. We want to just be able to pull every conceivable resource together in the community to help out those less fortunate, because let's face it, majority of the people in our city, and it happens a lot in many cities, is need some sort of services. Yeah. And a lot of them just have no clue what to do.
Falling by the wayside a lot
Exactly.
of times.
Yeah. So Danae and I got together and we decided, okay, this is the way we want to go. But our grand scheme is that she still wants to pursue her angle of it, and I'm going to still pursue my angle of it as a phase 2.
Okay.
But right now, we're just going to do the resource center because my phase 2 is actually going to be moving out of Battle Creek. We're going to find a location that it really needs that, and get a community going there. And
cool.
and what I want to document this journey on Facebook as well, and people can see what's going on, is other communities be like, hey, I want to do that too.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, we're just trying to. We're gonna get grants, all kinds of stuff. We have a building picked out, but we have to get the grant money. I know everything has to go in a
Step by
certain
step.
order.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm gonna be honest about this, Danae, and I'll tell everybody else in her board of directors. This is not my favorite part of the process.
Right. Yeah, I understand that.
I like the brainstorming. I like the ideas. I like the brick and mortar. This is it. Elbow grease, clean it up, organize, get it ready to go. But the whole policies and procedures and
Not
that's
my thing either.
I mean, I will do it. I have no problem doing it. My brain might be fried after a session of doing it, but yeah, it's not my cup of tea. I'm a hands-on kind of girl, and
There's a certain amount of, learning and then trying to make sure that you're doing everything step by step correctly so that you don't have to go back and redo everything and be like, yeah, I guess I could have did that properly the first time around. But I'm the same way with it. Like I am always like, let's do this. I got this idea. And then when it's like, yeah, okay, we'll do it. I'm like, oh, what did I sign up for? Because there is a lot to it, but in theory, the idea is great, but there's a lot of work behind it.
oh yeah.
However, it doesn't sound like that even is really going to phase you, that this is something that in your heart of hearts that you really want to do. And it's a great idea. I love it. Absolutely what you've done with it, the name of it, everything. And I'm looking forward to seeing, more and more people coming on to help raise this dream up and make it a reality.
Yeah, and the biggest thing right now is, like I said, we're working on all the policies and procedures. We have our EIN number, but we're not registered as a 501c3 yet because they're like, oh, by the way, you need $275. So we had to put that off for a little bit until we're going to do that like next week or something like that. So that way we can be official and sign up on a bunch of different stuff. But yeah, so right now we're really pushing the website or the page on Facebook, the updated group so everybody could come in there. Right now we're sitting at 257 people. Yeah. I want to see that get into the thousands, just for the simple fact is I know everybody who's on there. Their friends list has got to be at least 300 people. And this is a community cooperative, bringing everybody together, investing in your community, investing into the citizens of the community. Share the crap out of that page, get everybody involved, if even if it's you think of someone who may be a client or someone who may have could help out money wise, or someone who can offer services that will come and help us do electrical or help us do building or teach a cooking class or any skills you want to offer, add them. We want to get as many people on there as possible. Even if you're out of town, you can still look in on the project. I mean, it's Battle Creek area. Who's to say you're not going to end up living there,
right?
Or knowing someone who lives there? I just share the crap out of it and get
the networking part of it.
Oh yeah,
help network, help promote, help make this thing known to people. Because if people don't know about it, that's part of the struggle of getting something off of the ground, is not having it known and not people not hearing about it. So the more that you guys can help out, you can jump onto Facebook to Serenity Cooperative, and also even join the 6 Degrees Truth Serum. Help push this out there. Help people get to know about what's going on with this, because this sounds like something that would definitely benefit. If it doesn't benefit you, it might benefit somebody that you know personally. I mean, we all go through different things in life, and there's different phases that we go through. You might be at the point where you could teach a class. You could teach a cooking class. You could help with homework or whatever it is, or help somebody prep for a job. That might be your thing, or you might be the person that needs it, or the next couple weeks or a month, you might be the person that needs it instead of being the one teaching the class. So if you guys could help to promote and push this out there, help reach these get these numbers lifted up for Serenity Cooperative, that would be a great thing. Just doing good. put it out there. You know, I know we push forward on that with on Survivor Girl podcast is to make things better for everybody, not just, you know, for us, not just for that. It's to reach out to people. You know, it takes only what, maybe 5 minutes, if that, to get onto Facebook. I mean, after you scroll through everything that's in your news feed, go over to Serenity Cooperative and hit the like button and share. I seen a while back that there was also a where you were accepting donations and stuff. So that's on there too. If you want to put $1, maybe you want 5, you can add, you know, however it is that you can afford to help out. This community is going to be a huge thing. And I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing it. And with us doing Thrive to Survive Fest, I'm looking forward to having you guys come and have a booth so you can push the word out there more. And that's another thing with something that we want to do with not just Survivor Girl, but Thrive to Survive Fest, because this is perfect. It is thriving and surviving. And to have you there amongst everything else that we're trying to do for that day would be just incredible to connect and, you know, network with everybody. And that helps to put people in the right places where they need to go. So,
Oh, yeah.
You
And
know,
it's amazing how many people just don't know the resources that are available out there. I mean, I used DHS a long time ago, but I couldn't tell you right now all the services they entered. So, I mean, you know, they have. So, you know, we're going to actually go and talk to all these people. We're going to refer and say, okay, you're our contact person. What all do you offer? So that way, you know, we can talk to our people about it. Eventually, we want to have shower facilities because we're going to be dealing with the homeless and have mailboxes for them. So, because that's one of the biggest things why they can't get jobs, because they don't have a mailing address.
Yeah.
They don't have an answering service. We'll have showers down there. You know, we have so many ideas. But yes, please go and like our page, Serenity Cooperative page, but we also have a business page too. So go ahead and like that. And also, our website is still under construction, but if you go there, it's serenitycooperative.org.
Oh, cool.
You can sign up for newsletters there. So you can sign up now, and when we actually start dropping things, you will get them in your email.
Oh,
so.
how cool is that? And also, you know, it's not just about the feel good, the cooperative thing too. I've noticed if you guys are going to look for the Facebook page, you see a really cool logo. A shout out to the person who did that logo because it looks incredible.
Well, it started
love
off with I love the Celtic knot, and I
Yeah.
actually have one on my wrist.
Right?
But it started off, and I loved the logo we had before, which was the same logo, different coloring. But then I realized when I got it off of internet, it was someone's artwork, even though she didn't have it marked as hers. So Tracy, who is our director of marketing, because we have 5 directors, so
Nice.
it's really nice. But she had a creative vector, because, you know, when you try to put stuff on merchandise and all that, you have to do vectors, which, like I said, this is not my part of it.
Not fun.
So we had to find different coloring for it. I said, I don't care as long as it's very colorful and texture.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, here's 4 different options. And I'm like, I really like this one because it was rich,
Right.
like jewel tone
Stood
colors,
out.
rich and warm and colorful. But then she's like, okay, which one do you like better? Because it was basically this design or flip-flopped. I'm like, well, this is going to sound cornball, but when you read something, you read it left to right.
Right.
Well, the lower left-hand corner of it started off as purple. So everything started with purple, which is my favorite color, and then went out. So that's
It's not ours either.
No.
It's not mine.
purple is amazing color,
It's a
right?
great color.
But no, but yeah, Tracy did a really good job on that. I'm just looking forward to everything she does with the marketing. So
Yeah, are you guys looking into merchandise and different stuff like that you'll have available?
we will.
Just starting off and getting off the ground.
Yeah, we're just getting off the ground. We're gonna have some T-shirts made or some polos made for us as business attire when we're going out and about, like going to Thrive to Survive Festival and things like that. So we're gonna be having them for that. So we all kind of look the same. Well, we'll have the same polo, but we all can show our style in our pants or whatever skirt.
Oh, that's
but
cool.
we'll eventually. This is all gonna be eventual stuff, but it's like.
It takes time.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Takes a
You
lot of
don't
time.
realize how big a project is until you jump headfirst into it. But I love every minute. There's some days I'm like, holy,
What am I doing?
this board meeting lasted 6 hours. I gotta go to bed. But
Yeah.
no, it's exciting. And this was another thing that I had talked to Tony about a little while back. I said, I find it very interesting. It was an observation I made that you would think, being an outsider in this world, you would think that the people that were most giving in the world or more sharing are the ones that go out there and like are really community oriented, or the ones that are really helping out people, are people that are, you would think, well off, that have the money to spare, or that they don't have a full-time job or things like that.
Right.
But that's not a bad thing. Those are just things that you would think of like, okay, these would be the type of people that would do that. But I got to thinking, and most of the people that I know that are doing things, projects like this, are people that have been broken, obliterated, just torn to bits, damaged, bruised, are poor, but they're the first ones to go out and want to help everyone else. And in a way, it's therapeutic.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But, it helps you get over a little more of your stuff. Because to be honest, you never completely heal from something.
You don't. And we've talked about that. That's another thing too. Like I said before, Candy's been on the show before. You can look back at the archived episodes on YouTube. I believe that it is actually marked Candy Ray on there, so you guys can go and check that out. Hear a little bit more about her story, and come into where you're at now. If we look back at all that stuff, I don't know if you've ever been questioned about it, but like I've been asked, how do you do what you do after everything that you've been through?
I get asked that constantly, how I can have so much faith in people, how I can do this, and I'm like, I just do. Yeah. I think a lot of it is because I've had to be in survival mode for so long. And sense. When you're in survival mode, you don't got time to freaking grieve or break down or anything like that. You got stuff to do. You go and you get it done, especially when you're a single mom. You got babies relying on you. Sorry, you don't get to sit here and cry because you got to provide for them. I think I've had to, because of all the different things I've gone through, I've had to go in and out of survival mode so many times. But I'm like you, I have a big heart and I wear it on my sleeve. And yeah, I probably care about way too many people than I do. But I've improved on that too. I've learned to categorize people. Yeah. Because I used to get my heart broken all the time because I invested way too much in too many people. Right. Whereas, just an example, because I love you, sis. But, I'd look at you like, okay, well, she's just an acquaintance. She's just a bar friend. So I'm only going to expect this from her. Right. Because that way I can't be disappointed because this is all I, expect. It sounds stupid and trivial, but I tell you what, it was a miracle because sitting there, because you would expect too much from too many people. Oh, yeah. And they get disappointed all the time. It's like, okay, I'm categorizing these people, and it makes things a lot easier. But yeah, I sometimes going, how the hell do I trust people? How the hell do I move on? How the hell am I not crazy? Seriously, how the hell do I not have an alcohol or drug abuse problems? Right. I just do. I guess I'm too damn stubborn to let, people ruin me. I mean, I've been, I still have my bad days, but overall, no, these people they're not worth me cowering and, slinking in a ball and disappear from life, or going and put a bullet in my head or whatever. They're not worth it. Yes, I'm always going to have to deal with the scars, the emotional scars. And I'm okay with the fact that I know they'll never all go away. But it's a nice little reminder of like, you know what? This is where you came from. Look where you're at now.
Oh, it's a great reminder because we don't realize when we're down at ground zero. I think about it now and I'm like, did I even have any kind of hope for anything else? You know what I mean? Like, because you've been down for so long or whatever it is, having so many different things that have happened, you start to think, well, maybe I wasn't meant to do this. Maybe I wasn't worthy to do this. And now to be where we both are at in our lives, with these projects and these things that we're working towards. It's an incredible feeling to go, okay, this is an example to show other people that if you've been down, you've been broken, that you can rise up and you can make a difference in the world. And I know that some people feel that, you know, maybe it's too much to try to make a difference in the world, but that's where we differ. You know what I mean? It's moving forward and moving towards such a great thing to be able to help with other people in the world. And you know, that's where it flips on us after going through everything. And that's how we do it. That's how I feel. I keep going, is going, okay, this is my journey, and I want to help other people out.
Well, and the thing is, it's you may want to change the world and make the world a better place, but you can make the world a better place without going and opening a community center.
Right. True.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean,
You can.
it's like some of the challenges I've put out on 6 Degrees Truth Serum. It's like, go smile at somebody. Go
Yes.
smile at 7 people today. You
Yep.
know what? The one of those people you smiled at could have been having a really crappy day and was actually at the store buying rope.
Yeah.
And you
for real.
smiled at them and just like totally changed their life.
Yep.
So, I mean, you don't have to do, donate lots of money to charities. You
Right.
don't have to do big events. It doesn't take much.
No, not
Even
at
the
all.
people that have said on 6 Degrees, hey, when you get up and running, I'll help you with this and this and this, but I just don't have the money.
Right.
But I can help you with sweat equity. I can help you with this, that, and the other. And it's just beautiful how everybody's like, oh, hey, I want to help out. I want to be a part of this, so.
It's incredible how, you have those people that want to help where they've been at in life and whatever. But like you said, it is true. You don't have to make a huge statement to help all these people. Don't have to do a cooperative center. Don't have to do a festival. You don't have to do any of that stuff. It can just start with one act of kindness, one random act of kindness. I've talked about the 365 give. That's a big thing. Just being able to, whether it's just donating blankets to a dog shelter, or your time at a food pantry, or a couple shirts that don't fit you anymore, just doing something to make the world a better place. Or maybe it's staying off of Facebook and, like you said, categorizing the different people that are in your life, and that's okay too. I think sometimes we beat ourselves up over that fact, and that keeps us into one mindset to not be able to see the positive and to move forward and to do even that one act of kindness, because we get stuck. And like you, I've dealt with the depression myself, and that's something that it can come out of nowhere. It's not very friendly. It's not, but with time and in seeking, maybe a therapist or whatever it is that you do for yourself, you can be positive and you can move forward and do things to help other people out, whether they've gone through it or they're going through it. That's another act of kindness to help this world out as well.
I think one of the best things that my kids and I have done for kindness out there and was buying a pail of sidewalk chalk. And then we did racking, which is random acts of chalk kindness. So we decided for Easter we weren't going to go. And this was after the kids' dad and I split up or something like that. We decided we weren't going to do anything for Easter. And it was a really beautiful day. So we had a picnic at Lila Arboretum, which is a park in Battle Creek. And then we decided we were going to do random acts of chalk and kindness at all their schools.
Oh, cool.
So we went and, it's on the weekend. So we knew Monday when the kids would come in, they would read all these messages that you're beautiful, you are special, we did a bunch of URs, and don't forget someone loves you, and just plastered the sidewalks with all these beautiful words of inspiration. And I just love that I took my kids, because they really got into it. I took pictures of them laying on the ground next to their artwork, and it was fun. Well, the most touching part out of all of it is my son actually got an award at his school because they found out it was him and his family who did it. So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I can't remember what they said on the award, but it was just, it was really cool. But it's, you never know. I mean, with the way things are going at schools anymore, depression is more rampant.
Mm-hmm.
Bullying starts younger and younger. I mean, those messages could have helped some kid that day. You don't know.
Yeah, you see so many things on, I've seen on Facebook of people talking about their kid getting bullied at school, and these schools not doing anything about it. And that's scary, like you said, younger and younger. When I took the mental first aid classes, they were saying that 9 years old these kids are thinking about suicide, and younger now. And it just, for me to think back to myself at that age and go, did I think like that? Did I ever have those thoughts? And I don't recall ever feeling that way. So it's just, it blows my mind to know. I mean, yes, I was bullied in school. There's a lot of things that happened. You don't pass through halls when you're a big kid, even at a young age, without getting bullied or getting something said about. But man, it just seems like it's gone to so much of a bigger extreme, because I don't remember anybody ever telling me at that age that I should kill myself. And I've heard so much of that stuff, in schools now. And
Well,
it's,
bullying, because
no.
you get bullied at school and then you go home and then they're on your Facebook
Mhm.
messaging you, which, block them, whatever, because I'm all about blocking.
Yeah.
If you're bringing nothing but negativity to my life, block.
Right.
But yeah, and they're bullying them on, why don't you die? Why don't you go kill yourself? Blah, blah. It's scary, ridiculous.
It's horrible. There's actually a page in Caro. I think it's Bullying in the Thumb and Everywhere, I think is what it's called. You can find that on Facebook. There's parents, there's kids, there's all kinds of different people that are on that page to help support. I remember seeing that they had done something similar to what you guys did with going and drawing up different messages at the school. That's just an incredible thing. There's a lot of support on there. There is a lot of parents that talk about how their kids are getting bullied at school, and that things are not changing, which is very scary. It's very sad, but there is support there. And I've seen where other parents get together, go to the schools and help, to make a statement to let these people, teachers,
Hmm.
know that this is going on. This kid is causing this issue. Help that kid get help. Why is he acting out? Why is he treating people this way? What's going on there? Try to start that at an earlier age to help people. But I feel, there's so many things that we could go on about,
Hmm.
bullying and all this different stuff, and to get out there and doing the acts of kindness and helping other people out. And I feel like that's another part of what we're trying to do here with what you've got going on with 6 Degrees Truth Serum and Serenity Cooperative and Thrive to Survive Fest, Survivor Girl, all of this stuff. We want to continue to have different guests here on Survivor Girl that can talk about these things, to reach out so that you feel like you're not alone. And I think that's part of, the cooperative as well.
Hmm.
Bringing the community together like that to help so they don't feel like they're alone in this.
Right, most definitely.
So, just, I don't know. There's been so many different things since starting, Survivor Girl, that I've seen of other people doing and, trying to make this world a better place. And it's really been really touching to see that. Like you said, we do see the stuff still on Facebook and the different, bashing and different things that happen on Facebook. I mean, I stay out of political, I stay out of religion as much as I can. Yes, I have my beliefs. Yes, on Survivor Girl, we do post about prayer requests and different things like that. However, I do put on there a disclaimer that if it is something, if you want to put up good vibes or whatever it is that you do for this, that person, that'd be awesome. Go ahead and do that. We try to stay away from politics and everything like that because we want it to be a safe space. Same thing with Six
Hmm.
Degrees, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, most
You know.
definitely. Most definitely. It's a safe place and we all want to come together and just help each other out. And if we all, the biggest message you can take away from all this is if people would come together with their kindness and help each other out, we can get rid of a lot of this negativity, like especially with the bullying.
Mhm.
These kids were actually taught if they band together and stood up to the bully, you're literally taking the power of the bully away.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
kids, they're going through so much stuff that they cannot see, they can't rationalize that thought process. Now that I'm adult, I realize that when I used to get taunted in school, that, you know what, if I would have stood up to them, and my oldest daughter was actually braver than me in school, and she'd stand up to the bullies because they're picking on her friends. But the sad statistic is, I know 3 people I went to school with that they have kids that have committed suicide
Wow.
because of different things along those lines. And I'm like,
Can't even imagine that.
yeah, it's
I can't.
terrible.
Yeah, it's really sad. I mean, in the world that we're in today, like you said, on Facebook, we see a lot of this stuff, and then on the news. I mean, there's just so much more, and I feel like now, almost 40, that being younger, we didn't see a lot of the stuff. I feel like it kind of just skipped over, or I just didn't really care about it at that age. I didn't watch a lot of the news and stuff that was going on,
I think the news has always been negative. I don't watch the news personally because it's just too much garbage on there. There's too
Right.
much negativity. You're giving too much power to the negative stuff out there. I would like to see an actual newscast that comes out at the same time that competes with them, that talks about all the good things happening in the world,
That
and
would be
see
awesome.
what their ratings would be compared to the news. Because you know what? I'm really getting sick of hearing about all these negative things going on, and people just want to bicker and fight about this is the problem. But no, no,
No, you're the problem.
yeah, use your
Pretty
brain.
much. Yeah. Yeah, but it's pretty crazy. I would like to see that too, to see all the feel good stories and all the good positive stuff in the world. I think it needs to happen, you guys. Somebody do a newscast like that. So, but another thing too, I wanted to get a little bit into Thrive to Survive Fest. I said I was going to get into that a little bit. Thrive to Survive Fest is going to be a festival happening in September. Date to be discussed. We have some bands that we've been contacting. Actually, the entertainment guy, Bill Silverthorne from The Vault, has been reaching out to different bands, helping to get this together, and owner Bill Peters has been helping as well. So we're looking into throwing this festival. I want to be able to get, people from Cancer Society, Wounded Warriors Project. We're trying to reach out to all these different awarenesses, different things that we can get there to help, because I want it to be a hub where if you are feeling like you need to speak with someone from the suicide hotline, a therapist that you can maybe get into to see, all these different things of support, to where you can actually meet face to face with these different people, and then add in the part of the festival with food trucks and all these different things with the bands and music going on, vendors that you can actually reach out to, go to purchase their things that they're trying to sell, and to get ahead or whatever it is they're doing. Like I said, I'd like Serenity Cooperative there, Corky's Dream, which is another one that is a ladies shelter and animal shelter that is to be built. We want them to be there. All kinds of different, things in just one place. And this place is perfect for it. If you guys have not checked out the Vault, you will have your chance Friday, March 27th. Like I said, Survivor Girl, myself is going to be there, introducing the bands and everything. So you guys will get a chance to see like this place where Thrive to Survive Fest is going to happen, which is very super exciting. I just, starting out, coming from where I've gone or where I've been to being here to do Survivor Girl, I just wanted to do something more for people. Reach out there, not only with just talking about our stories and having guests come on here and everything. I wanted to make it to where if we do a festival, they could connect with people. I mean, I'd like to see tattoo artists that they could possibly set up something to go to later on, not at the event, but later on, if they have scars or something from cancer and going through that they could have tattoo, go and do tattoos, wigs, anything like that. Something, it started way back after going through cancer. My big thing was makeup made me feel better. Going through it, makeup made me feel better. And Survivor Girl originally was going to start out as a makeup line. So going from there and branching out, I was like, if I have people there that can help these survivors, and it's not just cancer, there's so many different things that we survive from. I want them to be able to reach out and connect. Maybe these other groups that are on Facebook, maybe they can connect with them as well. I mean, there's just so many different things that could be there to help everybody else out. So I just kind of want to see this happen. It's a lot of stuff to take on. We've been talking kind of a little bit about that with all the different meetings and different things that, you have to go through to make sure that it's done right. There's a lot. So I am looking for people that want to help out, want to get out there, volunteer time to be able to help make this a success so that we can continue to keep on doing this. So Thrive to Survive Fest isn't just once. We're going to keep on doing it annually. And I'd like to see that happen so that we can reach more people. So if anybody is interested in doing something like that, please reach out to Survivor Girl on Facebook. You can like us there. Like I said, we're aired on YouTube and Twitch as well. But yeah, just message Survivor Girl Podcast and say you're interested in helping with Thrive to Survive Fest. I'd be happy to see what we can do to get this off the ground. There's a lot of stuff behind it. We're looking at Super Unknown from Chicago to be there, which I got to see them at the Vault. They are Chris Cornell and a tribute band like that, all things Chris Cornell and Soundgarden, Temple of Dog, which they're such cool guys.
I am so sad. I missed out on
They're
that
coming
show.
back. They're coming
So I
back
can
in
catch 'em.
September.
Yes.
So we're trying to work that into where that show is when we will have them. Also, we're looking at some more bands. I'm not going to drop that just yet. They do have Super Unknown already on the books for September. But if you guys go to the Vault, you can see all the different shows that are going to be happening. And that helps support to get the word out, get people into the Vault so that you guys are aware and will be able to partake in the Thrive to Survive Fest. The more people that we can get there, it helps the Vault out. It helps the bands, support the bands and all that stuff. So it's really cool thing that's happening. And I'm very, very excited that we're going in that direction. And Thrive to Survive Fest is coming, you guys. So keep on watching the Facebook page. Like, subscribe, share, whatever it is that you can do. I'm going to have more guests coming on to join us on Survivor Girl. I'm very excited about that. All episodes, all 30, are going to be archived. So go and look at those. You can go back and look. I had Travis French on. You've been on. Roxanne. Tony's been on. Denny Wasman. That was a great one. Jan. She was on. There's so many different ones that we've had already on that if you guys get a chance, go check it out. Support, because Survivor Girl wants to reach out to as many people as we possibly can to help get stories and journeys out there so that you guys feel that you're not alone, that we can uplift, support you guys. If you want to get on the positive morning messages, go ahead, send me personally a message and I can add you to the positive morning messages. It's just like a good morning message. You get positive quotes, music, anything to kind of help you get motivated in the morning. And it happens every day. If I miss it, somebody else in Positive Morning will post something to keep it going. It's been really cool. It's been fun. Candy is part of that group. I love it. And to see everybody else get on there and be positive, it's something that, it really helps get in the morning going. So
Can I make a comment about those?
Go ahead.
I have to say I really appreciate my mail.
Oh yeah.
That was a so sweet. It's like, well, that is so cool.
Well, I was, it was funny because I got really geeked out like a kid. I'm like smiling and I'm putting these little cards together and stuff. So like that's another part of something that I really wanted to do. I feel like we don't get enough mail, enough smiles and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'm going to do something different. So I messaged on Positive Morning to private message me their address so I could send out something in the mail. And it was kind of if you liked tea, coffee, hot cocoa, whatever it was that you liked. And it was like, hey, let's have coffee together today. Let's do something, So just like a little kid doing like Valentine's Day cards. I'm like all geeked out, smiling over there. Adam's just watching me, just like, you're really having fun, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing in life is doing those fun, even though they sound
It was
corny or cheesy.
It was.
That's what makes life. It's all the little things that, and just think of all the smiles that when people went to their mailbox and opened that up.
Yeah.
It made me smile. I know that. And that was just
thank you.
Awesome.
I'm happy that I was just, it wasn't nothing much, but it was something that it was like, hey, let's have coffee
But you know what? Someone thought of you.
Yeah.
And it was purple. That made it even better. But
oh, of course. Yeah, I picked out everything like individually and then I had put little stickers on the envelopes. I was, just super geeked about it. But it was just, I feel like that kind of stuff doesn't happen enough. And for me, it wasn't about, because I like to give. I am one of those people that like to share and give and whatever. And it's always been that way. I'm that person at Christmas time that would rather just sit there like, oh, open your present. Like, I'm so excited. It's not about getting for me. And I know it's not for a lot of people, but like that whole part of it. And I'm sitting there waiting. I'm like, okay, when's someone going to tell me they got their mail? I kept on messaging Tony. I'm like, did you get yours yet? Did you get yours yet? And then he finally messaged. I'm like, okay, everybody else should be getting theirs then, and then it kind of just like flooded in there. So that's something else, I kind of want to continue to do in that. So not only do you get Positive Morning messages on Facebook, But, once in a while I want to send out some, I called it smilograms or something cheesy. But, it's something I want to keep on doing because a stamp doesn't cost that much. A card, not that much.
Well, maybe you
know?
could, another idea you could actually put in there is maybe like a pen pal thing of people that are in that
yeah.
group. That
would
way,
be cool.
you could, whether it be secretly, like maybe, if you're worried about handing out addresses, like everybody send the letter to you, but have it
Yeah.
addressed to somebody, and then you could send it out to that person as,
I like it.
secret,
I like
admirers.
that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Secret sister.
Yeah, I like that a lot. A lot of really cool stuff. Just even that, guys. Something simple like that. I've talked about before. Adam and I read Chicken Soup for Couple Soul. That's just something that we do together. But we've seen some pretty cool things on there, like going out and getting a gift card, even if it's like a $5 gift card from McDonald's or whatever, and putting a little card and saying, have coffee on me, and like not doing the ding dong ditch kind of thing, but with something positive, something good, just something like that. Or, going next door and raking your neighbor's leaves as a date or something. It's just something in there that was kind of neat. And just those little things, even, having somebody pay for your order in the drive-through, just there's so many things in this life that can get us down and that can keep us down. And, there was an example of that today. Adam and I, he was holding my hand, we're walking to the car, and this person, impatiently behind us, pull up next to us, and Adam, he's trying to rush out the door, and Adam's like, "Oh, no, go ahead. I'm in no big hurry." And then he gets out and he's like, "Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. F this. You weren't in a big hurry for getting out of my way." And I was like, "God bless you. Have a great day." It's just, okay, I'm not going to let that ruin.
No.
You obviously are having a bad day. I am not. See ya. So, but just stuff like that. There's so much of that, I feel. It's just, let's put some good out there, whether it's just sending a little cheesy card or, doesn't even have to be that.
I miss snail mail, I have to say, though. It's always nice to get something in the mail.
It is. Like, it's exciting because you always get bills. So
I know. I'm sick of bills or, hey, you've been approved for this credit card. No.
bad
You
as the
really
car
didn't look at
warranty.
my credit rating, did you?
Yeah, I was like, that's not. No, it's like the car warranty. I'm like, if you've seen my car.
You would not
not call.
warranty that.
So anyway, guys, thank you for that. I'm glad that helped cheer you up. And, somebody else on the Positive Morning messaged me and said, I needed that today. Something else happened, and just getting that helped out. So any little act of kindness that you guys can do, I challenge you to do it. We've got more time left in this year. I'm not saying that you have to be a saint. I'm not saying that has to happen. But try to put something else out good there. And look into the 365 Give. Look into helping support Serenity Cooperative. Look into Thrive to Survive Fest. Volunteering. Whatever it is that you want to do that will make your life feel like you have more to it, or just something to feel good about, or to help people, just to help, simply to help. But remember, guys, life is best lived. And thank you for joining me on this pre-recorded episode. Happy Survivor Girl Sunday, everybody. Have a great week.